All right, let's jump right in. You know that feeling when you're staring at your marketing data and it just looks like a giant, tangled mess of charts and numbers, and none of it seems to be telling you a clear story? Well, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to turn all that confusion into crystal clear clarity, and that feeling of uncertainty, we're going to turn that into absolute control.
So here we are, drowning in data, starving for insight. I mean, this phrase just captures a feeling that pretty much every marketer knows, right? It's that shared struggle, and honestly, it's the exact problem we're going to solve together today.
I mean, it's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? You've got access to more tools, more metrics, more platforms than ever before in history, but somehow, true clarity feels like it's a million miles away. If you're feeling this, trust me, you are not alone. And this feeling, it usually boils down to two very specific, very real frustrations.
First up, there's this one. Oh, that anxiety of wasted spend. You know what I'm talking about. You're pouring your budget into all these different campaigns, and you have this nagging suspicion, this feeling in your gut, that some of it is just disappearing, pure waste, but you can't pinpoint exactly where the leak is. It's incredibly frustrating, and let's be honest, it's a really expensive place to be.
And then there's this, which might be the absolute core of the problem. You're busy, right? Your team is busy. Everyone's running around. But the big question is, are you busy being effective? When you don't have that clear picture, it's like you're trying to navigate through a super dense fog, and you've lost your compass. Meanwhile, you look over, and it feels like your competitors are just zipping by with speed and a clear sense of purpose.
So it all comes back to this. We are drowning in data, but we are absolutely starving for insight. The issue is really that simple. And you know what? That's what we're fixing, starting right now. We're going to give you a framework that'll totally demystify where your money is going and help you build a super reliable engine for growth.
Okay, so enough about the problem, let's talk about the solution. It is time to stop the guesswork. It's time to move from just throwing scattered tactics at the wall to running a structured, evidence-based operation. And just like building a house, before you can build anything, you need a blueprint. In our world, in marketing, that blueprint is your strategic roadmap.
And listen, operating without a roadmap isn't just messy. It has real, tangible costs that are probably eating away at your business right now. Your budget, it ends up flowing to the loudest person in the room, not the most effective channel. Your team gets completely burned out playing this endless game of whack-a-mole with every new idea that pops up. And worst of all, you end up missing huge market shifts because you're constantly looking in the rearview mirror.
So the big question is, where do you even start? Well, you start with an audit. Think about it. You can't possibly chart a course to your destination if you don't know your current location on the map. An audit is literally the act of turning on the lights in a dark room. It's how you move from, I think this is working, to, I know this is working. It's all about replacing assumptions with cold, hard evidence.
And once you've got that data, this matrix, this becomes your absolute power tool for prioritization. It's so simple, yet so effective. You take every potential task, every idea, and you plot it on here. Now your focus needs to be locked onto that top row, the quick wins. Those are high-impact, low-effort things you do immediately to build momentum. Then you've got your major projects, high-impact, high-effort, which you need to start planning for strategically. And that bottom right box, the time sinks, that is the danger zone. That's the stuff you have to avoid at all costs. A tool like this brings incredible clarity to you and your entire team.
Okay, so you've got your plan, you know what your priorities are, now it's time for a really, really crucial mindset shift. This is all about moving from just reacting to the past to proactively shaping the future. It's the huge difference between being a historian and being a pilot.
Let's really break this down, because the difference here is everything. The historian looks backwards. They spend weeks compiling these massive reports just to ask, hey, what happened last month? On the other hand, the pilot is looking forward, using real-time data. They see the conversion rate dipped yesterday and immediately ask, okay, what's next? What tests can we run today to fix this? See the difference? One is about reporting on the past, the other is about actively steering towards the future. That shift in questioning is a total game changer.
All right, so now that we're thinking like a pilot, let's look at the horizon. Let's talk about the future. Because having a clear strategy and a proactive mindset is what allows you to totally master the evolving world of search. It's how you ensure your brand isn't just relevant today, but is actually positioned to lead the pack tomorrow.
Now you're going to hear a bunch of acronyms, SEO, AEO, GEO, and it's easy to get lost in the jargon. But don't. This quote here frames it perfectly. At the end of the day, no matter what letters we're using, the goal is exactly the same. Position your content so people can find it, and so that it is the definitive answer they're looking for.
So let's start with the classic, SEO, search engine optimization. Look,
This is your bedrock. It's the absolute foundation. I want you to think of it like the deep concrete foundation of a massive skyscraper. If you don't master the basics, the technical stuff, the on-page, the off-page, then nothing else you try to build on top is going to be stable. This part is completely non-negotiable. Okay, so once that foundation is solid, we build on it with AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. This is the evolution. Think about it. Search isn't just a list of keywords anymore, it's a conversation. People are asking full questions. AEO is the art and science of structuring your content to be the direct answer that shows up in those featured snippets at the top of Google or gets read aloud by Siri or Alexa.
And this is the new frontier. GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. This is where things get really interesting. This is all about optimizing your content not just for search engines, but for AI models themselves, like ChatGPT. The goal completely shifts. It's no longer just about getting on a list of links. It's about making your content so good, so authoritative, that the AI actually cites you directly when it creates an answer.
This little table here just sums up the whole shift perfectly. With traditional SEO, the core goal was to earn a click from a list of links, but with Geo, the goal is to be cited directly in an AI's answer. And I really want you to pay attention to that mantra down at the bottom. For decades, the name of the game has been get found. But with the rise of AI, the new, much more powerful goal is get quoted. So let's bring this all home. Think about where we started. We began this whole journey talking about that frustrating feeling of being overloaded with data. But by following this playbook, step by step, you've completely transformed not just your capabilities, but your entire role.
And this right here, this is who you are now. You're not just a marketer reacting to things anymore. You are a marketing architect. You've got the knowledge to turn all that confusion into pure confidence and to turn messy data into decisive action. You literally have the blueprint to design, build, and run a world-class marketing engine.
So, you've got it all now. You have the framework, you have the tools, and you have the pilot's mindset. You've got the roadmap to finally move from guesswork to real, measurable growth. The only question left is, what's your first move? What's that one quick win from your matrix that you're going to tackle tomorrow?